is in the news just about every day, at least. Israel and the new Palestinian territories. What does this story mean to you, Spencer Cody's story?
Really, there is a dynamic here that reminds me very much the situation between the Israeli and the Palestinian. In one side, you have the American Indian that suffering through the years and being demonized and dehumanized by the majority white people, and been driven really out from most of the territory and been put down. So to his suffering and the way he see himself, the way he see the surrounding, his identity, it's very, I can understand from where he's coming. But also I can see how the American white was blind to his fellow neighbor. And in many times in our work of reconciliation, we find out that many of our Israeli Jewish friends are blind to what's happening to the Palestinian, or what's in the relationship that there is between the Israeli and the Palestinians. Why is that? Because one side has the power, one side has the control, one side has the means, and another side doesn't have it, powerless. And when the powerless protest, he come in violence. So you hear the violence, you don't hear why it's brought the issue of that, violence. Now we're entering to another step. Is there is here what I say to friends of mine, there is the sin of the victim and the sins of the person who's been victimized. So we can very clearly then define the sin of the one that victimized, but was there also the sin of the victim? The sin of the victim is allow bitterness and hatred to come into his life, to control his life, and to jeopardize and paralyze him. And basically, he need to have the will, and I think it's a divine act, to enter to forgiveness. And now, when we talk about forgiveness, we're not talking only, oh, I forgive this white man in America that did all those terrible things here. But there is a need of restoration. There is a need of repentance, acknowledging what's happening. There's a need of justice to be done. So there is a proper reconciliation being done between those two people.
Before we go on, I would like to, we were with you almost, I think, a year ago. Yeah. And we were at one of the meetings of your organizations, Musalaha. Is that pronounced right?
Yes, which means forgiveness, reconciliation in Arabic. Right. Semitic root of reconciliation, yes.
I want to just look at some of the pictures that we took there, and especially because there's one story in there, the story of Avichai and his wife meeting a Palestinian lady, Laura, and that kind of portrays the conflict pretty well, I think. So let's have a look at that, okay?